Hayley told Bill that he should not be okay with Tomas playing Cat for a fool. But here's the thing. Cat is okay with Tomas playing Cat for a fool because Tomas went and slept with her sister and she just swept it up under the rug and has been mad at Eva about it, but never Tomas. And that's the whole joke on the Tomas and Cat relationship. Hello, everybody. It's Monday, which means it is another week of Beyond the Gates to talk about as we continue to struggle along with the current stories that it seems as though most of us are not into. They're even making me kind of struggle with the one story I have been liking, even though I did enjoy most of the scenes today. The R2-D2 robot does usually take me out of stories. Let's start with that. We might as well. Coming off of last Friday's episode with Hayley telling Bill that Tomas was coming on to Lynette. Bill wants more info, and Hayley goes so far as to say that Tomas was sexually harassing a client in Lynette, which is a pretty big accusation. Hayley said that Tomas is running around playing hero for the case to make it seem like Lynette owes him a payment back, and says that Tomas has been on a power trip, even with Caroline, which we have seen him actually be a little bit. But Tomas was calling Kat at the moment, and a pissed Bill ended up interrupting his phone call to Kat to come to his office because Bill wanted to chew him out. And that is what Bill did. Bill did chew out Tomas today, which were great scenes. Timon, per usual, hit it out of the park. And most people cannot bring emotions out of Tomas, and I'm not saying that Tomas emoted very much, but I do feel as though Tomas at least had a little bit of emotion in this scene for once when Bill was chewing him out, even though the scenes still were kind of awkward, I fear. But Bill was upset with Tomas because of what happened with Lynette, and Tomas was shocked by Hayley and Bill's claims that he sexually harassed Lynette Wise. Tomas denied the accusations, and Bill was talking about how he was regretting giving a promotion to Tomas. Hayley was saying that when she walked in on Tomas and Lynette, it looks like he was going to kiss her. Hayley was saying this behavior is unacceptable. Tomas did bite back, saying that Hayley would know about that, but that just made Bill more angry, which was great. Once again, great acting by Timon, who plays Bill in these scenes. It was good to have at least an argument on an episode. Bill berated Tamas for struggling as a new junior, saying he's not listening to Bill's advice, he's not making enough connections, he hasn't brought in a new case, and now he's putting the firm in a sexual harassment light again. Bill told Tomas that he needs to get it together because he pissed off his wife and he's going to embarrass Kat, and tells Tomas to fix it or get better or else. That's when Tomas left the office with his robotic tail tucked between his legs. Bill and Hayley continued to talk after about what went down. Bill thinks he needs to reach out to Lynette next because he doesn't want no new sexual harassment thing against the firm. Hayley says that she's the one that will reach out because she saw the fear in Lynette's eyes. Hayley's saying that Tomas is trouble, and Bill did call out Hayley a little bit on how she has had this vendetta against Tomas lately, how they haven't been getting along. She was saying that she must have just felt it in her spirit that Tomas is a bad seed. Hayley told Bill that he should not be okay with Tomas playing Cat for a fool. But here's the thing. Cat is okay with Tomas playing Cat for a fool because Tomas went and slept with her sister and she just swept it up under the rug and has been mad at Eva about it, but never Tomas. And that's the whole joke on the Tomas and Cat relationship. Bill, however, told Hayley that he does not want to fire Tomas. He sees a little bit of himself in Tomas, which is a joke because Bill has a plethora of emotions and Tomas has none, but whatever. Kat, meanwhile, was at the club and saw Lynette walk in and introduced herself in Cat style, Kat introduced herself to Lynette as how Hayley is her cousin's stepmother, and she's glad to know that Hayley has a friend in Lynette, and was asking how long Hayley and Lynette have been friends. Lynette was pushing back right away, saying that she has a hard time befriending other women because they automatically see her and they see her beauty and they automatically judge her. And basically started talking about the attorney that she doesn't like from the firm that makes her skin crawl. And it was Tomas that Lynette was talking about. And she was going on about how Tomas did a bad job because he needed Bill to get Lynette's charges dropped. Kat was getting upset in Kat fashion, saying that Lynette better watch who she's talking to, and accusing Lynette of having something else going on with Hayley. And Lynette accused Tomas of telling Kat her business about her case during Pillow Talk, which Kat does know a lot about the case, and Tomas has talked a little bit about it with Kat, so it could be a trump card that Lynette has in the future, because she did threaten to get Tomas disbarred. I would more so like it if someone took a bar to Tomas's head and killed him off, but I don't know if the show's ever going to take that right action. Lynette wanted to know why Kat is so curious about her, but that's when Tomas arrived and interfered with their conversation. Tomas immediately wanted to go somewhere else because Bill just accused him of sexually harassing Lynette. But Lynette says she was going to go and explore Chocolate City, and DC is indeed Chocolate City, so hopefully Lynette can find a man that isn't Randy. Kat was saying after Lynette left that she could tell after talking with Lynette that Lynette and Hayley are up to something, and Tomas said yes, they are. However, Tomas wants to back off of them because Tomas told Kat about what just happened, about how Bill threatened to fire him. Tomas has worked too hard to lose his job at this point, and Kat is saying that it's not her fight, but we all know that Kat is a dog with the bone when she has tunnel vision towards something. I guess their idea for Kat is to have a storyline that goes away from having tunnel vision towards Eva and is now going to be tunnel vision towards Lynette and Hayley. I enjoyed the Lynette and Kat scenes. Surprise, surprise. I enjoyed the Bill and Hayley scenes. I even kind of enjoyed the Bill and Tomas scenes, even though Tomas still did lack emotion. But those were definitely the highlights today. The other stories, Ashley and Grayson and Jacob were in the elevator. This was our Friday cliffhanger. Grayson distracted Ashley while Jacob turned his face as if that was enough for Ashley to not recognize him. But Grayson did a good job of distracting Ashley, and then Ashley was confused by Grayson because Grayson left soon after he started basically flirting more with Ashley. That's because Grayson went to go meet Jacob in our favorite alley, and Grayson told Jacob he would have started an argument to keep Jacob from being seen by Ashley. Jacob is still on to Grayson, though, about him not taking this all seriously because he's still with Ashley. He needs to break up with Ashley. How are we supposed to really take this storyline seriously if one of the biggest deals in the storyline is how Grayson won't break up with Ashley? Like, give me a break. Jacob wants to find a different location for the drop-offs because the hospital, he could be seen there by Ted or Nicole. Grayson is hesitant about trying to get it changed because he doesn't want to ruffle feathers. Grayson talks about the text messages he gets when it's time for a drop-off, even though Grayson was trying to play coy and not give Jacob more information and saying he doesn't know more information about the higher-ups on his side. Jacob wanted Grayson to call the number that texted him, but Grayson refused. So he did just text the number to try and get a different location for the drop-offs, but the text came back saying, do the job or be replaced. So Jacob's little plan here didn't work. But Grayson did slip up and say the boss is a her, which Jacob noticed, and Jacob later called Smitty to tell Smitty that the person connected to the plasma ring at the hospital, that is a higher up, and the plasma ring is a girl, which we would all assume is the chief of staff, which I ask, are we really supposed to be wowed by this storyline right now that, oh my god, it's the chief of staff? And she might not be the Impaler. I do think at least I hope, there's going to be a fake out and that she's just not the big bad, because to me, that is a major womp womp if it does indeed be her as the impaler. Naomi started this episode getting home alone, looking at pictures of her and Jacob, being sad, tried to text Jacob to meet, but he couldn't meet. Ashley called Naomi, and Naomi said she was spiraling. They planned a girls' night to bond. Naomi specifically said that they can bond on more than just men. And then their entire conversation was about Jacob and Grayson. And they talked about how even Jacob's 911 dispatcher mother is worried about Jacob and the whole thing with Isaiah. But yeah, I didn't love how they said that Naomi and Ashley are going to be able to bond over more than just men, and then only talked about their men. Okay. We did learn a little about Naomi and Darlene and how they were at first, and how Darlene was kind of cold with her at the beginning of her and Jacob's relationship. So that's a nice follow through on the Darlene character, who is now doing similar with Eva. The only other thing on today was Martin on with Tyrell and Samantha. They were eating pizza, but they were all distracted on their phones, like younger people are these days. Samantha was all upset because Chessie, aka Francesca, is being a troll with her, I guess. She did better than Samantha in something for the cotillion, and Tyrell's upset about Jessica still because Jessica hates the cotillion and doesn't really want to be a part of it. Smitty came home and they kind of called out their dads on being hypocrites because Smitty's been on his phone a lot lately, so they tried to have family time with this without phones, and they put their phones away and started playing a game, but this is when Jacob was blowing up Smitty's phone again. So Smitty ruined the night because as soon as he picked up his phone to see what was happening, Tyrell and Samantha grabbed their phones again. So thanks to Smitty, the family night was kind of a failure. Something else happened. I think Kat called Samantha at one point to talk about the cotillion. I guess Kat's going to continue to help Samantha with the cotillion, but I expect that story to still be very slowly because I don't think anything with the cotillion is going to happen for at least another month. So that was today's Monday episode. There was some entertainment for once, at least. I will say that. I enjoyed the Lynette and Kat scenes. I enjoyed Bill going off on Tomas. Though that stuff alone was better than anything last week, to be honest. So I guess we're at least off to a better start than last week.